Here's another today years old thing I just found out because of Logan, the cucumbers, and TikTok. Like, how long have we been living in lies? And social media is finally helping us get this exposure. This is insane to me. So I just came across Logan and cucumbers and finally started watching the videos and liking them and following the recipes. Okay. And so because I'm liking them, they're showing up more. So originally he added MSG to his cucumbers and I was like, And then I just watched it and I was like, oh, so he's adding MSG. Like, what's up with that? Let me do some Googling. So I did some Googling because my whole life, I'm 47, MSG has not been good for you according to the messaging. So I find out this whole time, my whole life, it's rooted in racism and it's all a lie. And it all started with one guy who wrote an article. So this guy writes an article for the New England Journal of Medicine. I believe it was in 1968. And he's talking about how he wasn't feeling good. And it was either cooking wine, MSG, or sodium. Well, all these people start writing in or responding saying, I got sick too. So now they're all self-identifying sickness that came from Chinese food, which then was identified as being MSG because MSG was found as a naturally occurring chemical from, let me find that article right here, a chemical variant of glutamate, a substance that occurs in naturally high umami foods, right? So this was discovered in the early 20th century. This guy's cooking. There's a whole article. You can find it. A Japanese scientist. So of course, America has got to be like, we don't know. We don't know about these things people have been doing for all these years. And now suddenly we're going to say that we're right about it. So MSG became a problem. All these years later, I'm finding out there was never any problems associated with MSG. They believe it was the placebo effect. Growing skepticism of corporations. It was the first chemical that Americans actually started being like, wait a minute, what's in our food? Now this fear went from 1968 into the 80s, and that is like my childhood. So my whole life, I heard this, and then I saw labels like this. No MSG, no added MSG. So of course, the food industry is reinforcing the concern by saying we don't have any added MSG in here. Because I'm thinking, oh good, no MSG. I've never heard anything conflicting what I've always heard, which came from my parents. 4 in 10 Americans still avoid MSG. I'm now one of the 6 who is okay with it, thanks to this research. Racism made us believe MSG was dangerous, and now chefs are bringing it back into the spotlight. So shout out to Logan and the cucumbers for bringing this awareness of MSG and the racism behind it so we can be better informed, because when we know better, we can do better.